Welcome, 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 beautiful souls. I'm Natan Verhosky, your host with the most. You are here on the frequency of abundance. I am so happy that you're here to join us today. This week has been incredible. We're week 2 of season 7. Motivational Monday. Yesterday was living as a legend in training. Today on Transformational Tuesday, we're doing your ripple effect is already happening. Wealth Wednesday is coming up. Pass it on. Energy, wealth, and wisdom. And Thought Leadership Thursdays around the corner in a couple days. Don't just build a brand, build a bloodline of brilliance. We end the week on Fearless Friday. Legacy requires the courage to be first. And then on the weekend, pop in. We will be restreaming it multiple times a day so that you can get the whole week whenever it best serves you. Now, for today's episode, on Transformational Tuesday, your ripple effect is already happening. Legacy isn't later. It's not when you make it. It's happening right now. It's every conversation, every room you enter, every silent moment of presence. You're already shaping the future. You're already shaping your story. You'll already be leaving a mark. If you're ready to lead with intention, let me know. Pop in. We're going to put some comments in the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Marianne. Wonderful to see you here. We've got like, comments, and shares. Get the algorithm moving and grooving so we can get the message out to more people. If you want to join us on LinkedIn, there's the LinkedIn group. It is a free group. Beautiful people at Allura Creative have created the ability for us to have this and provide this and send this out to the world. So, on today's episode, let's get the party started. The messaging is simple, but it's going to knock the wind out of any excuse to play small. Your ripple effect is already happening. Legacy isn't something that you're going to chase down the road. It's not something you leave someday. It's the energy that you're radiating right now. It's how you show up. It's how you choose to speak or to stay silent in every room you walk into. And today, we're going to explore what it means to live like that matters. So, let's begin. I'm going to have a little Greek mountain tea. If you've seen me, you know we need to keep the pearly whites all girlies and make sure that everything flows perfectly. Now, I want to make sure that you know the myth of someday legacy. So let's break this lie wide open. I'll start making an impact once I have, more money, a bigger audience, a fancy title, the perfect brand? Bullshit. That's a stall tactic from the ego. Here's the truth. You've been creating ripples from the moment you showed up in this world. Your tone, your attention, your energy, it all creates echoes. Now, in that, look at an action that we can track. Let's track the last 3 interactions that you had. Ask yourself, what energy did I bring into that space? And how might that ripple outward? Even if the moment felt small, even if it wasn't significant to you, somebody remembered it. Somebody was changed by it. Your presence is a frequency transmitter. So people feel you before they hear you. Before you speak, your presence speaks. One of my British friends would say, before I speak, my suit bespoke, which is a great play on words because yes, his suit is custom made, which means bespoke, but it also means that when I see you before I ever hear you, and I feel you. Think about the last time you walked into a room and shifted the energy without saying a word. That's legacy in motion. Your ripple isn't in the doing, it's in the being. And that's where the magic really shines. Now, in that beautiful space, let's do an embodiment exercise. Pause. Close your eyes. Breathe deep into the center of your chest. Now ask, what ripple am I radiating right now? Now ask, what do I want to radiate? And be very clear with yourself. This is subtle mastery. The ripple is awareness. Let's take a look at the echoes. The echoes of your words and silence. So words build worlds. Think about that. Words build worlds. But silence, that's power too. Ever withheld your truth and felt the ripple of regret? Like, I wish I would have said that. I wish I would have spoken up. Or have you ever chosen courage and watched that the atmosphere shifted? Every spoken word with love, every boundary set with calm, every truth whispered into the dark. That's legacy. That's where we shine and where we come from. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. We've got Marianne saying Christmas in July 25th, presents versus presence. Very much so. And I love that. Now, where we're looking to see what it is that your presence comes from and where it is that you shine, so that you know that there's different places that you can play, different worlds that you can populate and pop into. One of them is, if you already feel that you're at 9 out of 10 personally and professionally, and you wanted to give back, we have a beautiful place for you. The wonderful people at Allure Creative, and we'll hear more about them later, they've created a little sister web series for us. So we have the Voices That Lead. That's where I get to interview people. Incredible leaders leaving an incredible legacy, helping others become limitless. And so we'll ask 3 key questions. How do you lead those that you serve? And how do you serve those you lead, I guess would be a better way to put it. How do you serve those that you lead? What's the legacy that you believe you're leaving behind? And what's one gift that you could give to help somebody else become truly limitless? And through answering those 3 questions and 2 secret questions, we, the audience, get to know each and every one of our guests. So, if you'd like to be a guest, if you feel that you're at that space as a leader, that you're leaving your legacy, and you have a gift that you can help someone else rise up and become limitless, please, please, please join us on the podcast. I'd love to have you as a guest. Let me show you what that would look like.
Ever wonder what sets real leaders apart? It's not the corner office, it's the impact they make. Welcome to the Voices That Lead podcast with Natan Verkovsky, where we dive deep with leaders who put service first. These aren't just CEOs or big names. They're people making a difference, building legacies through acts of kindness, mentorship, and heart. Every episode you'll hear powerful stories, straight from those who lift others up and inspire change. Looking for practical advice, authentic conversations, or just a spark to unleash your own limitless potential? You'll find it here. Because leadership isn't just about where you end up. It's about who you help along the way. Join the community and get inspired. Reach out to be a featured guest on the program. Leaders, legacy, limitless. Subscribe to the Voices That Lead podcast. Join us as a speaker and let others be inspired by you. Become the leader you're meant to be.
I love that, and I believe we're all meant to be leaders. I believe that we have so many people that depend on us, that live in our frequency of abundance. So we have to rise up for those that are around us. There was a wonderful set of commercials a couple of years ago where it was this mom or a dad, but you didn't know they were mom and dad. They just looked like a regular person, dressed to go to business work and stuff. And so they'd knock on a door and they'd open it up and be like, "Hey, Kathy, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to be able to come in today. I'm just not feeling well." And then they'd look in the room, and the room was like a little baby in the crib. I'm like, "No, sorry, Kathy in the crib will not accept it if you want to call it in today. You have too many people that depend on you, that look at you, that feed off of you. You need to put your mask on first, and you need to rise up." And that's the power and the beauty of where we're coming from. So we want to make sure you're served. We want to make sure that you know, here's your spot, 7 days a week, available to you. Now, let's pick one conversation today and speak with ripple consciousness. Before responding, ask, what energy will this add to the room? What future might this create? Everything's all calm and cool, the conversations are very topical and light, and all of a sudden you know that you could drop a bomb, but what energy will this add to the room? That pause alone can change the trajectory. Look at your ripple isn't measured by applause. It's measured by alignment. Some of the greatest ripples will never be seen, but they'll always be felt. We live in a culture addicted to performance metrics, likes, shares, views, follow counts. They're not even really performance. I call them vanity numbers. They're just, the people who changed your life. Yeah, they probably didn't go viral. They were intentional. They were present. They were authentic. So if we reframe from that point, impact isn't always visible, but it is always real. If you're showing up with integrity, you're already shifting. You're already moving forward into that beautiful space, and you're shifting those timelines. So let's look at some micro moments that'll shape a legacy. Legacy isn't in big speeches. It's in the eye contact you make with the barista, the check-in text you send at the right time to someone who you know would love to be loved and remembered, the 2-minute I believe in you phone call to somebody who needs it. When you give, you become good. But when you learn to receive, you become great. These micro moments, repeated consistently, create a macro impact. That's the entire blessing and the entire beauty of it. So the challenge for you would be, if you pick one person today and drop a ripple, a voice note, a message of appreciation, a compliment you've been holding back, then step back and trust the current you created. That's the ripple effect. So if we look at a reverse, if we look at what a reverse ripple reflection would look like. Okay, remember we talked about, if you want to be good, you give. If you want to be great, you learn to receive. Time to receive. Think about the last time someone else made a ripple in your life. Goodness knows, I've been so blessed. I've had so many incredible people just want to make a ripple in my life. And I love that. And there's times that I'm curious, and there's times that I'm asking, and there's times that I'm, reflecting on one side, like, wow, why would such an amazing person want to know more about me or help me? And then there's other times when I'm like, boy, that's a lot of imposter syndrome, because you're a wonderful, interesting person. We all are. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay. And then you come back to this, and then you're in perfect alignment. So sometimes we need to do a bit of a centering drill. And it's also very kind. Oh, I like that comment from Marianne. A ripple effect is also like my way of saying we're multiplying the acts of kindness. Yeah. If we look at habit stacking, where people talk about, oh, it's a really great idea. If you're doing one thing like brushing your teeth, you might as well do another good habit at the same time while you're doing it. And so I'm like, okay, I get it. But why aren't we doing that with kindness? Why aren't we doing kindness stacking? Why aren't we going, hey, you know what? While I'm doing this one good thing and one kind deed to this, why am I not adding a little something, something extra? Why am I not adding another person, another cause, another mission, another charity? So think about the last time somebody else made a ripple in your life. What did they say? What did they do? Who were they being? And more importantly, did they even know the impact they had? This is your mirror. If it means something to you, you might want to go back and let them know the incredible impact that they had in your life. I know when people have come back and told me that, it blew me away, it touched me, and it reaffirmed and validated who I was and what I was doing and why I was doing this work. Why I was giving all of this away, while I was making sure that everyone could come and get whatever it is that they needed for themselves. I wanted to make sure that there was an ability for others that wanted to shine and wanted to step forward that they were served too. So let's look at the integrational journal prompt. Who changed me and never knew it? Let's say you read a book and that person's not with us anymore. Well, if that book changed you, I'm pretty sure the author never knew it. Now answer, what am I doing today that I may never get credit for, but will ripple into somebody else's life forever? That's sacred work. That's what we're all put on here for. So if you want to know how to lead with ripple awareness, leadership is energetic before it's strategic. When you walk into a room, virtual or real, ask yourself, am I adding friction or flow? Am I amplifying fear or clarity? Am I reacting or responding? You know, when you go to the doctor and he says, hey, I gave you that new medication last week, you know, how are you responding to it? He doesn't say, how are you reacting to it? Because if you go, doctor, not well, I'm reacting to it. I'm having a reaction to the medication compared to, oh, I'm responding really well to the medication. You don't say, I'm responding badly or I'm reacting well. That's off. And that's not the way English works. So focus on the right sounds coming out. Don't forget who's the first person who hears anything that comes out of your mouth is you. No more negative self-talk. No more silliness like that. Unacceptable, unallowed. You're too good for you to be bothered by something so trivial. It's not going to let you play. It's just not. So I want you to look at how every action trains others how to lead. Your next step. Let's create a ripple ritual at the start of each day. Say out loud, today I choose to ripple, fill in the blank. Today I choose to ripple calm. Today I choose to ripple encouragement. Today I choose to ripple excellence. Today I choose to ripple clarity. Today I choose to ripple joy. Make it your North Star. I'm a big believer in joy over happiness. I know that joy is wonderful. Thank you. Carolyn, love it. Friction or flow, great way to consider our effect. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm a big believer in joy. I really genuinely think that, okay, as a state, as a being, as a creature, we're not built for happiness. Fleeting moments of it here and there, sure. But perpetual, continual, it's like having Christmas every day. It's going to lose its wow. So instead, what can we live in? We can live in a perpetual state of joy. That's not off at all. That's perfectly in alignment. Joy is a state of being, a state of gratitude, a feeling of abundance. Joy is very different than happiness. If I stub my toe at that moment, I may not be very happy. And if I realize I broke it the next 6 weeks, I may not be very happy and I'll walk funny. However, that in no way, shape, or form changes me being a joyful person. I'll still be smiling and happy and meeting and greeting everybody. That doesn't change. Joyful is a state that overrides and overarches everything. It encompasses everything. Happiness is a wonderful moment. I'm happy in the moment. Enjoy it and love it and know that it's not meant to. Don't try to elongate it. Don't delay it. Don't allonge it. Don't extend it. Just enjoy it. It's happiness. Joyfulness? Oh yeah, work on that. Turn that on more and more and more hours every day that you possibly can. Now, we've been talking for a minute, and I did want to let you know, frequency of abundance, blessed as we are, it's here every day because of the incredible people at Allura Creative. It's the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. They are here to hunt whales. So if you as a coach, healer, therapist, if you're a specialist, you're an online person, you want to go hunt these whales, you want to blow a dog whistle to C-suite, these people do it in a proprietary methodology. They have their executive engagement engine where they can engage executives like nobody's business. Take a minute and see if it's something that can help you.
I'm excited to introduce you to Allura Creative Agency, the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse. Our mission is to increase your brand's visibility, credibility, and extend your global audience. In short, we hunt the whales for you. Our proprietary methodology blows a dog whistle to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, and owners across any industry. Welcome to our Executive Engagement Engine trademark. That's our secret sauce. It includes 3 proprietary processes: our Engagement Ignition trademark pre-event outreach process, our Commitment Catalyst trademark butts and seats process, and our Fortune Follow-ups trademark post-event outreach. These ensure the highest level of interest, virtual attendance, and follow-up conversations. As the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse, what's our promise to you? Unparalleled commitment to transparency, ethical engagement, and impactful results. Partner with Allura Creative Agency and experience transformative executive engagement. Book a time to speak with us today, and here's to the evolution of your brand.
I love how it jumps off the paper. That's my favorite part. I'm like, wow, does that ever get to come alive? It's good stuff. So let me have some final thoughts for you guys, because I know that coming up, tomorrow is going to be Wealth Wednesday, pass it on, energy, wisdom, and wealth. Thought Leadership Thursday is going to have don't just build a brand, build a bloodline of brilliance. Fearless Friday will end the week, the work week. Legacy requires the courage to be first. And then on the weekend, we replay. So let's look at some proper final thoughts for everyone. Oh, goodness, I love this. Well, before the final thoughts, I've got wonderful audience members. Thank you, Carolyn. Happiness seems to be more of an emotional state, where joy is a state of being. Yes. Can somebody mess with your joy? Sure. But it's a lot easier to mess with your happiness. A lot easier to mess with your happiness. And that's why joy is something that's a little more resilient. I love that. Well done. Well done. So, in this, I want to think of some final thoughts. You're a living transmission. Even your silence sends a signal. The legacy you built isn't built later. It's built one moment, one ordinary moment at a time. So don't wait for a stage. You speak with purpose at your kitchen table, in the bathroom, everywhere. Every room is a chance to recalibrate the energy, so you're not just entering it, you're influencing it. I want you to think that you've already inspired more people than you could possibly realize. Some are watching silently. I've had 3 seasons of Frequency of Abundance before I ever had an idea that anyone was even watching or paying attention. But people remember how they felt around you. That's not your resume, that's your legacy. It isn't your ego, it's service in motion. So your consistency creates these compound ripples. One kind word every single day reshapes a lifetime. That's why you're not waiting to be great. You're already echoing into the world. So my friend, this isn't just about being aware of your ripple. It's about becoming a conscious creator of it. You're not here to pass through life. You're here to leave frequencies behind. Ones that heal, activate, that elevate. You're here to show that you don't need to hold back. You don't need to wait until you arrive. You're already in motion. You're already resonating. You're already a ripple in someone else, many others' lives. Let that be the reason you show up with presence, with power, with intention. That's why I want you to stay tuned into your frequency of abundance. I will be here all week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Natan Brahovsky, your host with the most. This is the Frequency of Abundance. Be here 11 a.m. Monday to Friday Eastern. Pop in on the weekends and